Then I thought it might have been my brother, but he didn't know what I was talking about either. It felt strange because I know I saw someone there, though I can't describe what the face looked like. Hi there, it's almost 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, so I decided to share a few things I've experienced. First off, I don't really believe in the paranormal. I'm a huge fan of horror movies and I'm really into scary stuff, but I don't actually believe it's real. Anyway, when I was little, I watched The Conjuring for the first time with my parents. It was probably the scariest thing I'd experienced up to that point. It was my first horror movie. Since the film features scenes where the girls get dragged out of bed by their legs while sleeping, I was terrified of that happening to me. Especially since I had my own room and slept alone and was still just a kid myself. One time, while I was getting ready for bed and waiting for The Amazing World of Gumball to come on TV, I got too tired and decided to try to go to sleep. I laid down on my stomach and pulled a whole blanket over me. It became a habit after that movie. I was almost falling asleep, but then I feel something. I promise this is true and I really felt this. My feet were under the blanket and it was like someone was sitting behind my bed and reaching out and touching my feet. I felt them getting heavier above the blanket. It happened very slowly, and it felt just like a hand grabbed my foot and then vanished. I was too scared to react, but I know I was awake. It wasn't a dream. I lay in bed, drenched in sweat and terrified, not daring to look down to see what it was. Somehow, I managed to fall asleep, and the next day I told my parents, but naturally, they didn't take me seriously. We don't have any pets, and my little brother was too young to even walk. So, I know it couldn't have been either of those things. It has stayed with me ever since, and I still don't know what it was. Another story is from when I was in bed asleep. I suddenly woke up and saw someone sticking their head through the doorway. The door was slightly ajar, just enough for me to see their eyes and forehead. I assumed it was my mom waking me up to get something to eat, but since I wasn't really hungry, I just went back to sleep. Later that day, when I asked my mom why exactly she had done that, she was confused and said she hadn't been in my room. Then I thought it might have been my brother, but he didn't know what I was talking about either. It felt strange because I know I saw someone there, though I can't describe what the face looked like. Now, I close the door every time I go to sleep. I have several stories like that, but the others are easy to explain. However, there's one more that I find a bit creepy. I was at my other home where I live alone, sitting on the sofa, scrolling through TikTok and drifting off to sleep. You know that feeling when you sense someone standing close by or staring at you. That's exactly how I felt, like someone's head was right next to me. Of course, there was nothing there, but the sensation was very real. Those are the 3 incidents that really scared me, and I have no explanation for them. I know they happened, I know what I felt and saw, but the one thing I don't know is how or what it. But like I said, I don't really believe in the paranormal, so I have no idea what it could be. I used Google Translate for this, because I wanted it to be as correct as I describe it. Sorry if it still has wrong grammar somewhere.